YouTube, and welcome to this edition of Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey. I'm your host today, like I am every other video. But hey, for those of you who don't know it, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. This is part 2 of our Get the Go-Kart running. So I'd ordered some parts off of eBay in our last episode while I was gone to Iowa. As you saw in our last video, I got back and thank goodness the mail had delivered my parts. So let's see if we can get this throttle hooked up and hopefully get this thing running. So ride along with me. Let's see what we can get done. Well, here is our $15 worth of parts. It come in a nice little bag. But I tell you, I'm so glad I waited to do this. This is so neat. And if you ever have one of these little Honda motors or a regular clone motor, it's real easy how they do this. A couple little tricks you got to do I'm going to show you. But we'll get started. First thing we're going to do is, actually, I've already drilled the hole out. I'll go ahead and show you how to drill the hole out to get this pin in there. But also, I had to shave this, if I can get this throttle shut, I had to shave that point right there off. Oh my goodness, if I get this steel here, right there, I had to shave that off to make clearance for whenever the throttle opened up all the way. But I'm going to get a couple of these things bolted on here and we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and hook this linkage into our throttle support here. And tell you what, we're going to put it in this direction. And I'll show you where this goes. You slide your carburetor on. And then you got a hole up here in the head is wherever the stock bracket, where this bracket here mounted on. You just use one of the bolt holes for it. And I get this thing, you know what? I put this on the wrong side. It goes on this end, sorry. That's why it wouldn't work. Now, that'll work a little more gooder. Now you can see, I'll give you a close up here in just a minute. You can see how this works. And what I was talking about where I had to grind off a while ago, I had to do that so whenever the throttle opened up, or closed rather, it'd close all the way. And now it opens and there's plenty of room that way. But you see how this works? So we're just going to finger tight everything right now. I decided to give you a little bit better view. This is the portion, give me a little finger. This is where I had to shave off, had to grind off just a little bit right there. Because if I didn't, that was too long. It was keeping the throttle from closing all the way. You can see the idle adjuster here. But see how that works there? Okay, now, this bracket here is going to bolt right there on that bolt down there. So let's get that on, and then we will go on to the next step. Okay, this is the bolt that holds the gas tank on, so we're going to put it back in. And simply tighten it back up. All right. Okay, you can see we've got the throttle hooked up. You see everything works here. We got this bracket mounted there. By the way, if you ever do this, I had to drill this out to get that fitting. That's just a regular fitting from ferrule fitting, it like comes from Home Depot or anywhere. Also bent this lever down here. So you put the cable through there and you see the set screw right there. And so we're going to keep on going here. I'll get everything hooked up and we'll show you what we end up with here. Okay, when they say these kits are universal, they don't really tell you that, but they are universal. I've got everything done. I've already test fitted the carburetor with the air filter on because that pulls up that gap there. But man, I tell you, it's really tricky to try to get this set right here. But I've got everything down. They had a different style of return spring. I just went old school and put one on like this, and this is all good now. So next step is try to get the air filter and everything back on it, and we'll see if this puppy will crank up and run. And I hope all his linkage works, but I think we're good. Well, I got everything finished up last night and came out here this morning. We're going to try to see if we can get this thing cranked, put a little gas in it, and hopefully it will fire off. So let's see what happens. Well, keep your fingers crossed and we'll see what happens here. Let's see, I'm going to give it a little gas. Try to show. Oh, it's got. How about that? All right, there you go. Well, guys, that finishes up part 2 of the go-kart repair, and we got it running. I did bleed the brakes this morning as well, and we got the brakes bled, and they work. I just tried them there. So appreciate you guys watching as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. You take care.